The most commonly fostered animals are cats and dogs.
Yes.
What's the biggest difference between fostering cats and dogs?
I think the biggest difference between fostering cats and dogs is the care that they require. If you're fostering a cat, definitely keep it 100% indoors. Don't let it wander out of the house. You don't know what kind of dangers there are. Cars are a really big thing. Other cats as well. And of course your neighbor's dog. As for dogs, a lot of the adoption centers will give you info on what to do. Probably if you're fostering an elderly dog in particular, may not need as much exercise as a young puppy.
I mean, cats tend to be more sensitive
Yes.
than dogs. So is there a difference in how you should introduce these two animals to a foster home?
Both cats and dogs should be allowed to be in a confined space in the house first. They just need to suss out the place, get familiar to the smells in the house. Definitely for cats in particular, make sure your house is cat-proofed.
Right.
So, if you don't have window grills yet, definitely don't open the windows.
Is there anything a foster family can do to help an animal sort of transition from a foster home to their forever home? Will they miss you when they leave you?
I think they will to some extent, but you'd be surprised about how adaptable dogs and cats can be. As a foster family, I think one has to realize that you have to kind of give them time. Also, don't be too hung up on their past. I feel that a lot of foster families are like, this dog has a history of being abused, or a cat has a history of abandonment. You just have to imagine that every animal wants a fresh start,
Right.
and you're there to give them a fresh start.
In terms of food and water,
Yes.
how often should an animal be fed and how much?
It definitely depends on what life stage. Kittens and puppies do not have to be limited in terms of their food. Water should be provided fresh, clean daily in whatever amounts they wish to drink. The thing about older animals is that it depends also how fat they are. Basically, a lot of adoption centers do bring their animals to the vets to get checked before fostering them out or adopting them out. So an important thing is just to get feedback from them.
Right.
Basically, essentially feedback from them on what type of foods
Right.
and how often and the amount of food to
Okay.
feed them.
How often should we take care of an animal's need to use the bathroom?
Yeah, cats are definitely much easier. Cats basically need to be provided a suitable litter tray in a suitable environment. Definitely some cats are more fussy than others. Dogs in general, I think it would sound really weird, but if a dog has toileted appropriately, for example on a toileting tray that you've provided, to leave whatever stains there are on the tray until the dog has done it several times.
Okay.
Definitely if the dog has done it right in front of you on the toileting tray, to reward the dog, whether is it with playtime or with food.
But what are some signs that a foster family should look out for to sort of clue them in that the animal may not be feeling very well?
So you'll expect for the first few days the cat animal to be a little bit more shy, maybe not eating as well. But if this persists for more than 3 to 5 days, then definitely there is an issue involved where the animal might be actually feeling really sick. So inappetence is one of them. So appetite-wise, the other thing is any vomiting or diarrhea. Change in color of urine. So watching their pees and poops are really important. Also a change in activity level. That's probably more obvious in dogs than in cats, but definitely any of these 4 available signs come up, there is a huge concern, and you should definitely contact the adoption center where you got the animal from and see which vet that they use and maybe bring them to that vet.
Okay. And what are some of the best ways to help socialize an animal?
Okay, for cats, I think the most simple thing would be to basically give your cat lots of space. Giving your cat lots of space basically means that you're respecting them. They will come and approach you when they're comfortable. Some cats will never approach you, and that's unfortunately something that you have to accept. In regards to dogs, definitely also giving them space. They also need space away from people. You have to understand a lot of these dogs are used to being away from people, having a change of setting, being indoors with a whole family perhaps, can be very overwhelming for them.
Okay, and what is not necessarily what's the worst thing a foster family can do, but what is something a foster family should never ever do when they're caring for an animal?
Especially in terms of illness, probably not making your own diagnoses and giving your dog a Panadol or anything like that. That's dreadfully terrifying, and that does happen. If you have any issues with the animal, I think most adoption centers, most veterinary clinics are happy to help you out if you give them a call. If you have any doubts whatsoever, the internet is out there, but do fact check with your adoption center, do fact check with your vet.